Fred Barnett.
47 yards against double coverage.
Watch him run through that thing. They drop back in his zone. Now he's going to run through. Terry Holt from the inside. Williams on the outside. Watch where this ball's thrown. Look at that. I mean, that is absolutely picture perfect. And then I think at the end, I got more excited than Fred Barnett. He just set the ball down and walked.
This is really a textbook artistic play from start to finish.
Well, 2 years, and now Minnesota's trying to take it away from him.
Cunningham going deep for Moss. Moss has got it. Touchdown. What do you do?
Jump in the stands.
I don't know what you do to stop
Here this guy is. Yeah, that's what Randall Cunningham says. He says all the time, just chunk it in the end zone. Chunk it in the end zone and I'll get it. And Randall Cunningham listened to him because that's exactly what he did. He chunked it in the end zone.
He flung it.
Are you kidding me?
Dunked it. Whatever.
That's his 8th reception today. Woo.
He had 2 guys around him.
Well, you know, the thing that this guy can do is not only can he jump and get open, but he can run faster than anyone on the field.
That's a pretty good package, isn't it?
Yeah, in 2 games against the Packers, he's been a Packer killer.
Minnesota's taking a timeout.
But, you know, you always say don't throw into double coverage. Watch the safety, throw away from the safety. But here's the safety, and here's Randy Moss, and he just splits him.
Once again, Randy Moss did the honor.
Backs and throws it deep. Got Moss down there. Touchdown!
He's a guy who's been uphill and has fought his way back, and he's playing remarkably well. Cunningham completes it. He's going to go. Freddie Barnett, touchdown Eagles. 49 yards.
Well, Gary, we're just talking about getting those wide receivers involved in the game because they're big play guys. But I'll tell you, one other guy had a large part in that touchdown, and that was Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker threw the block that sprung Fred Barnett. Big play. They think of Randall Cunningham to one of those wide receivers. This time, it's Fred Barnett. A big block by Herschel Walker. I'll go back to the touchdown and show you one thing. This is Barnett, the guy in motion. But the thing I really want to watch down here, this is Herschel Walker. And watch the block that he's going to make up there. I mean, it's guys like Herschel Walker that can make 10-yard passes into very long touchdown runs. Right there, Herschel Walker is going to block 2 Redskins. And once he does that, Barnett dances into the end zone.
On the season's 6th Sunday, Barnett's 49-yard catch and carry helped Philadelphia beat the Redskins 21-17.
Running down the sideline, Barnett. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas! Cunningham takes the deep snap. He fires. Complete to Calvin Williams at the 30, 25-20. He's going to go! This is a rout.
These Philadelphia receivers are starting to come into their own. You know, Buddy Ryan drafted all these guys at once, and another guy named Bellamy that didn't make the squad. But Barnett's going great now. Calvin Williams is going great now. And, of course, Randall.
First down on the 49 of the Giants. The Eagles trailing. Cunningham stumbled going back to throw and going deep. And there is Barnett. Touchdown, Eagles. Is the longest play against the Giants this year. A 49-yard touchdown strike to rookie Fred Barnett. And it's 7-6. Tied at 7-7.
One of the big differences in this team offensively, the speed that they now have with those young men on the outside.
This is a tough pass to throw, and Cunningham throws it right over the outstretched body of Everson Walls and into the waiting hands of Barnett. He's got to have time for a deep pattern like this, and his offensive line gives it to him here. No one even close to pressuring Randall on that play.
And that's the longest touchdown pass of the year, and Randall Cunningham, now with 20 touchdown passes on the season, went deep to beat the Giants.
Cunningham stumbles as he takes the snap. He loads up, going deep down the far side. Complete! Touchdown! Fred Barnett! Cunningham to Arkansas!
Remember, put him in dresses is what he said. Don't get down on them. First down in midfield. We got to get back. You got to get back. That's right. Up again now. After that call. Cunningham can't find a receiver, and going into triple cover. Oh no! Unbelievable! Oh yes, another touchdown. They ought to send 5 defenders. It won't mean a thing. A deflection and a TD again. Well, the Cardinals know as well as anybody, especially Terry Hogue, that when he gets in trouble, they're going to throw deep. And Hogue just misses the ball, and Barnett's right there to get it.
50 yards for Barnett's second touchdown catch. And here it is again. Hogue got a hand on it. 3 defenders, and Freddie Barnett, who came back from torn ligaments in his right knee. What a comeback year for
him. The Eagles upped their record to 7-2 with an impressive win over the Cardinals. The Eagles began the month of November as one of the NFL's elite teams, but the tide would turn on the second.
Let's see what the Falcon defense can do to respond to this challenge.
Going for corner. He's got him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. One play, 50 yards, Cunningham to corner.
It's trick or treat time here in Philadelphia. They have nobody in the backfield, so your offensive line has to give you the protection. Rolls right and throws it downtown. Chris Carter makes the adjustment. Moore misses the tackle. Watch this, he stops. Case overruns him. In there. He's definitely hot in the fourth quarter. A rollout to the right. Everybody's running one way. Chris Carter, a throwback. The ball's not particularly well thrown. Misses one guy, misses another guy, goes in between the two of them, dives for the touchdown. Wow. And now the celebration does the prayer. And watch this.
6.
And he is throwing it back to Cunningham, the old flea picker, and
The foul by Palmer, sticking his face in there.
I want some more money if I'm Palmer if I got to do that. Like a circus out here with these guys.
Randy Moss is the best young receiver that I have seen maybe ever. This guy, from an impact from the moment he...
You can see Randy Moss going right up over. This is definitely a coaching decision to say we're going to go down the field with it, guys. If we can get them singled up.
The Packer game was also most of America's first glimpse of Randy Moss. And what a sight they saw. Moss saved his best for the big time with one.
It's only leading by 1 point, favored by 11.
And Cunningham off the play fake. Barnett going deep, and Barnett makes the catch. And Fred Barnett scores. Touchdown Eagles. Oh, boy. Well, it took a while, but two great athletes combining.
Terrific pass by Cunningham. Sprinting to the right. Barnett. Easy catch. Difficult to get into the end zone.
Well, some measure of redemption for Fred Barnett. Had one long pass called back by a penalty. Had another long pass where he just plain had the ball stolen away from him.
187 yards in receptions tonight. Receiving yards for
Randall Cunningham. First on the sprint to the right on a dead run. Perfect tight spiral. Barnett had beaten his man, Chris Dishman. Spins out of the arms of an Oiler tackle. That was Robertson, and breaks the plane of the end zone.
The initial effort at a tackle by Dishman was horrible. Chris Dishman beaten on the play, but then this attempt at a tackle, what is that? And then he just stands there, watch Barnett go into the end zone. That's an embarrassing play by Chris Dishman.
Eagles struggling on offense all night long, and then all of a sudden lightning.
Barnett tonight with 3 catches of 50 or more.
After the catch.
Cunningham rolling. He's throwing. He's going deep. He wants Barnett. He has it at the 10. He cuts back at the 5. He is down and he's in. Barnett. He broke away. Randall Cunningham to Arkansas.
Back to throw it. With time. And the pass is caught.
Randall redefined the meaning of an all-purpose player. He threw 24 touchdown passes.
Cowboys showing blitz. Minnesota picks Randy Moss, breaks a tackle, and Randy Moss races down the sideline, and Randy Moss just outruns everybody into the... Here's Cunningham back to throw it and going deep, and he's got Moss, and there's the flag on the play, and can't win it.
Randall hangs in, throws, and it is caught. Reed spinning around and avoiding the tackle and staying inbounds to score. He broke a Craig Newsome tackle, and Reed, who's been the forgotten man, a 56-yard reception for his first touchdown of the season.
Boomer, it almost looked at first like Newsome lost track of the football. Jake Reed stayed with it, saw it all the way. Newsome lost sight of it. And then when he tried to react and come back in, Jake Reed too big and too far down the field.
This is what we call an underthrown go, because Newsome really has no idea where the ball is. Only the receiver does. You underthrow it, the receiver can adjust for it, and Newsome can't.
Looking to snap Green Bay's 29-game home unbeaten streak.
Cunningham back to throw. Coxon drives it deep to Reed. Caught at the 20, at the 15, Reed 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Vikings.
In front of a national...
Came from, you're right. Walker is the deep back. Sherman in front of him. They didn't have the play. Couldn't hear it because of the noise, so they checked with Cunningham. He's going for a bunch. Fred Barnett. Touchdown. That'll quiet him down from 57 yards away.
And if you're going to go deep, Fred Barnett's the guy to go deep to. In fact, if there's any one thing about the Eagle defense that I've always felt they don't do enough of, that's get the ball deep to Fred Barnett. Here he has single coverage. This is Toy Cook, number 41. He's just going to sprint right by him. He doesn't run any kind of pattern at all. Toy Cook was looking back into the backfield, and Barnett just did that with speed. I'll tell you, here's Fred Barnett here. Here's Toy Cook here. Here's Atkins, the safety. Now, he should always stay as deep as the deepest and help. But watch, Barnett will just run right by Toy Cook. And for some reason, Gene Atkins, the safety, comes up. You see right here, when he comes over, we stop it now, we can see, here's Atkins here. He was looking at this. And then, of course, Barnett not only got behind Toy Cook.
Cunningham on play action is back. He's loading up. He wants Barnett deep. Racing. Has it. 5. Touchdown! Arkansas, Fred Barnett.
In the NFL, a playoff game is a war.
Sir, a rookie tight end is the up back, number 85 on first down. And they play fake, and Cunningham is going deep for Randy Moss. And he's got it. It's a touchdown. That didn't take long, did it? All it
took was one fallen defensive back in Rondé Barber and just send him up the sideline, and it's 6 quick. There's nothing worse to a defensive coordinator than what Randy Moss gives you, and that's just pure speed. There was nothing tricky about that. He just started running and ran away from Rondé Barber, and then the ball was thrown right where it had to be.
Keep in mind that Barber and Donnie Abraham are 5'10", and the Vikings do not have a receiver.
Of defenses, don't get beat deep. You Rondé Barber, they're going to roll. This is called rolling up the safety to that side. And he just has a safety in the middle, and then it's nothing. He hesitated. He hesitated right at the 40, kind of waiting for Moss, which is the wrong thing to do. And then none of that is made possible if you don't protect. Robert Smith did a nice job of standing in on Hardy Nickerson.
Interception by Hitchcock, 1st and 10. Winds up, going deep. He's got Moss. Touchdown! This guy has unbelievable acceleration. Right over the top of the head. Now, you lose sight of that ball just as it reaches your hands when you're looking right over the top. Your helmet blocks you out.
The Packer game is the next one for.
Soon for the Eagles on their 39-yard line. Tony goes in motion. Cunningham fires downfield, and a man wide open is Mike Quick, and he'll score the touchdown. A 61-yard play. Terry, you talked about an exciting game, and we have it here with less than 5 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter, and the Philadelphia Eagles have taken a 9-7 lead.
New England, coming into this football game, wanted Cunningham to scramble to his left. They felt like that they would be able to contain him and force him to throw on the run to the left, but they evidently didn't see the Redskin game where Cunningham scrambled to his left and hit Greg Garrity in the corner of the end zone for the winner. Now Marion, 31, the free safety, comes off of Quick, thinking, I guess, that Cunningham couldn't get...
Oh, that New England was one of those days.
Cunningham is rolling to the far side, still rolling, pumping the football. He is going deep for Quick, who has it at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown by Quick. That was a beautifully executed pass play from Randall Cunningham.
The verdict stands. It's 2nd down, 10 yards to go.
Now they got bump and run again. See, they got to keep both backs in and a tight end and make sure they have security.
Cunningham with a little security, and he's got it over the top. Mike Quick has got it. Quick to the 5. He is going to take it in, but there's a penalty flag.
Howie Long, number 75, was offside on the play. Number 75, Howie Long.
Mike Quick, the big play performer who led the NFC in receiving yardage a year ago, just latched onto one for 62 yards.
Defense is in the neutral zone. A penalty will be declined. It's a touchdown.
Howie Long, 75, would jump prematurely. And, of course, there you go again. That's what they have to do. Here it is, bump and run against the corner, Lester Hayes. And he got faked out coming off the ball, got a step behind from the very beginning. He's looking for the ball way sooner than he wants to, and it's all over. It's the Bye-Bye Blues touchdown.
The Bye-Bye Blues. That's a hit tune this year, right?
I think it is.
Mike Quick, by the way, had a 70. He had a 75-yarder earlier.
Cunningham back. Cunningham loading up, going deep down the right side of the field, and it is caught by Quick down at the 10, 5, Quick into the end zone, touchdown.
Randall Cunningham getting pressure.
Oh, he's got him downfield. That's 6 points.
Chris Carter wide open, and Carter will score for Minnesota.
Marquez Pope bit, and he stopped. And once he stopped, this goes back to what Pam Oliver was talking about in our pregame show. Randall Cunningham and Chris Carter. Broken play was supposed to be a screen to the top side, but it got broken down, and Chris Carter said, forget it, I'll just keep on going. All else fails, throw it to me deep. They break the coverage. Cunningham is on the same page with Carter, and it's 6 points.
66.
Have the safety over the top. They're going to start running a screen out here. Marquez Pope will get a jam and turn him over to the safety. Well, what happens is Hanks sees the screen and starts to bite. And when that happens, Chris Carter knows Randall Cunningham. You heard Pam Oliver on our pregame show talk about it. See, there's the screen up top. That's when he bit. All else fails, go deep. He'll get it to you. Chris Carter kept on going, knew it was going to happen, and it was 6 quick.
Well, they talk so much about you have to play in a big-time program to be in the NFL. Here's the catch by Jimmy Giles, and he's got Carter in front. The 34-year veteran is in for the touchdown. 66 yards, and there are no flags.
Well, you wonder where the play action went. Well, there it is. A little play action. Throws the linebacker Dennison just enough to allow Giles the one step. And then the perfectly thrown ball. And then here's a wonderful job of running by Giles. Picks up Carter, who escorts him in. Good block on Atwater. And then Giles gets in. Giles opted for plan B. Went to the race. Maybe this is what, Vern, maybe this is what Buddy Ryan's talking about. Quality passing. Quality passing. We don't want to throw many, but when we do, we want to get big results. Nice job.
New avenue to an old reliable.
Cunningham floating it to Giles at midfield. Breaks away from one man. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Giles at the 10, at the 5. Giles for a touchdown.
The 28
team and hoping the defense can join them at that same caliber. Dave Wanstead just wants a win. He knows a lot of pressure on his defense today. Cunningham, little screen for Robert Smith. Smith has running room, and down the sideline, Robert Smith is going to score. Touchdown. "67 yards. Robert Smith takes the screen pass for the opening score on the opening series for Minnesota. For Robert Smith, the longest reception.
Man-to-man, they take the receivers downfield, and they're all covered up, and then they run the screen underneath. Here comes the pressure up the seam. They get everybody sucked inside here defensively, then watch outside. There's the defenders because they're playing man-to-man.
And what happens when you have that happen, now you can't come off. And when you got a guy like Robert Smith, a track guy that can run 4-4, he can take it all the way, and they can give high five right there.
Brian Billick, the offensive coordinator, watch the cover. See the coverage? Now watch what happens with the receivers. Watch what the receivers do. They run their routes. Now look at them. They're all covered up. Then they stop, and now they block. They turn back in, and they start blocking. The defense is inside. There it is. Look at the blocking downfield. That's one thing the receivers do for the Minnesota Vikings. On the run plays, they are going to block you. They take pride in that as much as they do in getting the home run balls.
And you can see right here, watch Jake Reed. He's going to work back. He's going to make his block right there. You'll see Chris Carter make a block right there. When you talk to these guys, yeah, they complain about who's getting the most balls, but they also say who's going to make the most blocks. And you
Backs in a set left as Cunningham fakes. He is rolling to the near side, still rolling, loading up. He's going deep. He wants Kenny Jackson, who races, has it at the 5. He's in for the touchdown. Cunningham, the Jackson, the bomb. The 70-yard touchdown.
And so now at the 29, a first down for Philadelphia. 17-14, the Eagles with the lead. Cunningham going deep. Barnett is down here. He has Aeneas Williams beat, and he's going to take it in for the touchdown.
I love Fred Barnett.
71 yards for Fred Barnett, and the Eagles strike.
I love Fred Barnett. I mean, again, he just snatches that ball. He has some very strong hands. He snatches it, and he gives you the straight arm. I mean, he gave Aeneas Williams a straight arm for the last 15 yards. And a perfectly thrown ball, again, the deep ball. By
183 yards, a career best for Barnett. And look at this. I don't think I've ever seen somebody reach back and hit somebody in the face mask.
Remember the short pass earlier on? It set up the deep one, and then it's an in-your-face. Upstairs are saying if he's playing that close, you got to go up top. They did it twice in the first half, and they come right back in the third quarter and do it. So one play sets up the other, and that's good offense.
Aeneas Williams had a long night.
He's loading up. He's going deep down the far side. In full stride, it's Arkansas Fred. Touchdown! The Eagles have exploded.
Still at the helm, 1st and 10 from the 24. To Sherman. Heath Sherman, 1st down. Heath Sherman could be gone. Roland Mitchell can't get him in time. Touchdown, Philadelphia Eagles. A 75-yard run after the catch by Heath Sherman.
Heath Sherman, the bowling ball is rolling.
And that quickly, Philadelphia tightens it up.
How quickly things can turn about. Heath Sherman, the running back that's supposed to be the short yardage guy, the 3rd and 2 guy, the 4th and 1 guy, has turned out to be the most successful runner from scrimmage today for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's take another look at the screen pass to touchdown. That's Heath Sherman. He's lined up on the right. The quarterback's going to drop back. He will pretend that he's pass blocking. Then he kind of slips out. He's got 2 offensive linemen in front of him. The center makes a great block. The offensive guard throws his body, ties up Buckley. That's all you have to do. Play action. You got 2 linemen out there. They both execute a block. The running back is there. Touchdown. Nice play.
After giving way to Jim McMahon for 6 quarters, Cunningham returned to his accustomed starting role against the Green Bay Packers. With help from Heath Sherman, he brought the Eagles back from an 11-point second-half deficit.
Sherman at the 30, at the 25-20, at the 15-10, 5, Heath Sherman, touchdown!
In the fourth quarter, an important role.
Cunningham back. Cunningham firing for quick. Catches it at the run. 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown, Mike Quick.
The Eagles dropped a heartbreaking 17-14 decision, but this was a defeat with dignity and proved that the Philadelphia Eagles were coming of age.
Now called lobbyists, though.
From the 24-yard line. Cunningham drops the snap, picks it up, airs it out, wide open, a blown coverage. Chris Warren, nobody home defensively, touchdown. How about that? A fumbled snap, Randall picks it up, goes back, gets protected, and it's 76 yards for a touchdown.
Now, Dennis, I know you worked at a lot of improvs. No quarterback can improv or ad-lib better than Randall Cunningham. He knew he had Sam Shade man-to-man on the outside here. There's Shade, and there's Warren. Shade sees the fumble right there. And Warren didn't see the fumble, so he kept running. Randall knew he had the matchup he wanted, and when he saw him wide open, threw him a perfect pass. Very corner. Cunningham is only going to drop back about 2 yards, but this offensive line does a super job. Solomon Page and Stepnoski right up front there. But on the outside, Eric Williams is going to be in a great battle all night long with Marco Coleman.
I haven't figured out how you call him when your court gets tangled up. That's holding your plays.
Calvin Williams off to the races from Cunningham. 80 yards. No flags, and the Eagles bite right back.
That's the way they answer him. We're talking about adjustments. That wasn't a good Redskin defensive adjustment. This is the longest pass reception of Calvin Williams' career. You see, it was just man-to-man on A.J. Johnson. He got away from Johnson. The safety was up, and he just outran everyone.
Cunningham on first down goes back, fires over the middle. He's going to go. get the first down. Otherwise, he's going to have to turn it back over to the Giants. He believes in his quarterback. Carter on his way. Chris Carter. Chris Carter, 80 yards, and locks it up for the Philadelphia Eagles. His 5th reception of the night goes 80 yards for the touchdown, 162 yards as Collins got inside, perfectly thrown ball of Randall Cunningham, and on his way, Chris Carter for 80 yards and a touchdown.
Cunningham is back. He's looking, goes over the middle of Carter, and 35